Okay, day 2 in Cuyuna. I camped overnight, and today I'm bringing both bikes. I'm gonna go over to the Yaki unit because that's where bobsled is, that's where Windsy is, but that's also where the super technical section is. And I looked it up. It's called Timber Shaft. So there's this trail called Man Cage, which is kind of like a blue fun trail that goes around this kind of hilly section, and then on top of the hill is this really technical stuff. I did a video last year riding the Lowside, and I was basically just riding from point A to point B. Today what I want to do is I'm going to go up there and I'm going to take the Lowside, which is geared with a 19 tooth. Last year I had a 17 tooth on there, and then so it's 32/19 today, which should give me a little more torque to get through some of that technical stuff. And I'm gonna actually stop at each feature, rest up, try it out, and more focus on conquering the feature rather than, just lunging it through the whole thing, just killing myself, because that was rough last year, man. And it was really hot. At least today it's gonna be like in the mid 60s and the sun isn't gonna be beating down. So yeah, let's get to that. And it should be fun. I am going to bring the tripod, and I will actually set the tripod up this time and get some different angles. I won't screw you over on that, because I always say I'm going to do it and then I don't do it because there's too many riders on the trail, or it's too difficult to stop and go back and set up. But that's the goal today, is to ride Timber Shaft, do some of that really fun technical stuff, and even some of the trial stuff where it's going to require me to hop some. And I'm going to screw up a bunch, but hopefully I clean some of this stuff and have a lot of fun. Okay, I'm on my Yaki return. And then that's going to lead me into Man Cage. And then Man Cage will lead me right here. Man Cage to the right, up to that Timber Shaft trail. There's a trail to get to Timber Shaft called Grizzly. Right here, Grizzly. And this trail is a lot of climbing and stuff to get up there. So I'm just gonna take it easy here. Okay, here's the start of Timber Shaft. And you can see it's got all these really hard step ups, ladder bridges, things like that. So yeah, this is where the work really begins. Hey, it's a lot busier than it was last time I came up here.
It is, isn't it? Have a good one.
Yeah, me too. Of course I stopped right before this. I think I mentioned this before, that this is sometimes more about fitness than it is skill, because I just get so tired riding through this stuff. But there's a cool feature coming right up. See if we can ride that. It's got some skinnies on it. Yeah, I didn't have a momentum. So even geared down some, I need more momentum. We'll go back and try it again. Didn't have momentum. Dang it. Momentum is everything. So this feature in itself, if you were to just have to ride up it and ride it, would be super easy. I shouldn't say super easy, but it'd be easy for me. Where I run into a challenge is my lead up is that. So it's really hard to come around and come down those rocks with enough momentum to have enough to get up that, because what I find myself doing is pedaling really hard to get up to get up and over that rock, and that gets me all like wobbly and out of control, and that's pretty sketch. So I need to work on that and have more momentum in order to conquer this. So sometimes something by itself doesn't seem so challenging until you see your run up to it and have to deal with that. Let's do this. I need to start from back here because I was trying to start from there and I just can't seem to get like my foot placement on the pedals, crank set or whatever. So if I start from back here, even going up this rock, if I have to dab or whatever, that's fine. It's so I can be in really good position coming down the other side so I can hit this skinny. So let's see what I can do here. Yep, a little dab, which is fine. Oh, this is so challenging. Yeah. Oh, sweet. Finally. It's about time. Whew. Next. So, both of those say extremely difficult. That just doesn't look like something I want to ride. Maybe I'll go back and take a look at it later. So like I said, coming into this, I wanted to take my time and conquer the features. So that's what I'm doing. Last year I tried to just pretty much ride through here. So here's like a tight turn over the skinny. Oh, wobbly. Oh, I track stand and got out of it. Whew. These uphills, like having to have no momentum and then have to climb up over something, makes it way harder than if I had a bunch of momentum going into it. All right, breathe. If you ever want to work out, you don't need to go to the gym. This is it right here. Whole body workout. Oh, remember this. See if I can do it. Oh, I really want to conquer this turn. So you can go back and do it again. So once again, it's the ride up that really makes something challenging. So this corner that I want to do, you ride up, it's really tight. And you can't just, I mean, you can go wide to help, but then you got to come into it and get through there, not pedal strike that, and not pedal strike that rock over there, and somehow get through it. So I want to try to trials hop a little bit, or just two-wheel hop to the side, get my bike at the right angle, and then ratchet through it if I have to, unless I know my pedal will clear and I can just pedal through it. So my speed is really slow coming through here, and that's kind of what makes it more challenging. Okay, so I'm wide. Sweet. Now this thing, to hit that, I gotta go wide to the right. And you can see people go and sit up there and do it. I'm wondering if I want to try to ride into it. Let me try riding into it first. And then if I don't succeed, I'll do the sit up there and do it. So now we're looking at this feature right here, which is going to be that little twisty boardwalk. To get into it, if I want to ride into it, I gotta come over this rock, go to the right, come through here, somehow make this turn, maybe hop it a little bit if I have my balance, and go through. I'm not sure whether I want to go outside of that rock or inside. I personally think inside, because if I go inside, that'll aim me more to the outside edge there, which is where I'm going to need to be if I don't want to add to all the wood getting chipped away here. Yep. And then up there, that looks a little easier because it's wider. This is going to be the real challenge right here. So when I get here, if I hop the back wheel over, I can prevent from gouging that and then coming down. All right, let's do this one. Like I said, I'm going to rest between each one of these so I have all the energy I need. Attempt is going to be to try to ride from here and go around that rock. And if I don't make it, I'll start at that little starting point and just go straight in. Here we go. So go to the right, hop. Oh my gosh, I did that first try. First try, yeah. Holy crap, that's awesome. I'm gonna do that again and set up the tripod. Yeah. Huh. That is not. Whew. Oh. Oh. That's the best I'm gonna do on that. Oh boy, caught my front wheel on that up rock. Otherwise, I think I would have had it, but another day on this one because I'll wear myself out. That was like my 4th attempt. Whew. But I did get through all of it, all the way to the end here. So I'm going to do this stretch FPV over this rock, and it's funny because I look at it and I'm like, oh, this looks totally easy. But that isn't always the case when you're actually on the bike. And then there's this big rock here, but it looks pretty smooth. Like, it's hard to tell on camera, but it's got a little peak at the top there, see? And then it comes down on the other side with it, and it's kind of chunky coming down the other side. And then I just ride out. But I'll do that FPV. I'm guessing it's going to be easy, but I don't know if it actually will be. I'm going to start back here so I have momentum. I see this little rock right in the middle of the trail that has pedal strike written all over it. But even if I have to dab, I'm good. I'm just gonna, because this isn't the part I care to ride, it's that next part up there. So here we go. Oh, no problem. Okay. Oh yeah, that was easy like I thought it would be. Yeah, cool. I don't know what's next. I'll take a peek. So that's pretty much it. This is Timber Shaft, and then it exits out onto Grizzly. There is another really gnarly section that's really climbing based, technical climbing based, and the Lowside just isn't equipped for that. I might actually consider putting like a 21, 22 tooth on that bike and see, because I even feel like with the 19 tooth, I didn't have enough power to get over this stuff. I also want to bring the Hey Duke in here and see how that works. Have a little derailleur smashing fun, huh? This is definitely the kind of place you'd smash your derailleur. So there you have it. Fun stuff. So I'm going to go ride Grizzly out and get back down to the bottom. I'm getting ready to ride Grizzly out. I'm going to talk a little bit about trials and why it is so difficult. And I say this a lot, but I'm just going to elaborate a little bit more. Trials riding is a high level skills thing, but on top of that, it's also an endurance and fitness thing. Like, you're using every muscle in your body, you're hopping your bike around and all that, and it is a lot of work. It's way more intense than just normal riding. And so where I'm at with trials, I used to do it a lot and I used to hop around a lot, but I haven't been doing it for a while. Oh yeah, hey, speaking of, what do? Let's go this way. Speaking of trials, hop. So I made it, see? But I don't do it enough these days to be in the fitness shape for it. So what happens is when I start having to hop and stuff, I start getting really shaky and lose my endurance and my ability to balance and keep it going. So my plan here is to work on trials more, like really work on that high intensity balance stuff. So here we are. Now we're back on man cage. So then once I do that, I'll make it my goal that by the end of summer I ride through timber shaft from point A to point Z, because there's definitely no point A to point B, without stopping. That's a high task because I get really worked in that section. So anyway, I'm gonna ride man cage back to Hall Road and back to my truck, because I did bring my Ripmo AF and I want to ride bobsled and Windsy while I'm here. Sweet. That was a whole lot of fun. Hall Road is just such a fun trail. It's really fun on the Lowside because it's just flowy, rolly. There's some fast sections in there with tables and stuff. Just super fun. Cool. Well, that's it. Timber shaft and little few bonuses in there. Please like and subscribe. Peace.